Taxes. Some are better than others. Let's rank them. Income taxes. So income taxes are the foundation of our tax system. They're a reliable source of revenue. They're also progressive, which means that those who earn more contribute the most. However, income taxes tax something we want more of, work and investment. Therefore, let's put them in the middle here, a B. Stamp duties. Wowzers, this is a bad tax. Stamp duties are imposed on transactions like property, and they do raise a lot of revenue for the states. But they stop people moving for a better job, to get a bigger home if they've got kids, or downsizing in retirement. It's a D. Capital gains tax. Now, this is a good tax, people. Introduced by Hawke and Keating, the capital gains tax means that people who earn their income from assets also contribute. Unfortunately, John Howard came along and gave these people a 50% discount. So these tax should be an A or B, but it's going to go in C, room for improvement. For 2 glorious years, from 2012 to 2014, we had a carbon tax. And it worked. We saw a sharp decrease in carbon emissions. And it's time to bring it back, I say, especially when you consider that half of the world's carbon pollution comes from the richest 10% of people. Taxing the rich while addressing climate change? Sounds good to me. It's an A. Now, no HECS repayments aren't technically a tax, but they act like one. So for me, they're on the list. They can represent 4, 5, 6, even 10% of a person's income, often well into your 30s or 40s, all for the crime of getting an education and wanting to contribute to society. It's a horrible system. Yes, it's better than what the Americans do, but that's not a high bar these days. It's an F from me. The GST, it's a handy little guy, quietly going about its work, collecting 10% on most goods and services we buy. And the pros are that it does raise a good amount of revenue, and it means that people who aren't working, such as rich retirees, also contribute. But the GST is regressive because those on lower incomes spend a greater share of their income on goods and services, and that's a problem, so it's a C. Resource rents taxes. Now, they capture a share of profits generated from extracting natural resources, and it's based on the idea that natural resources belong to all of us and we should expect some return. And this is an ace idea. Countries like Norway do this really well. They fund large parts of their social welfare state through these taxes. Australia, though, absolutely stuffed it. We barely tax the extraction of our resources at all. Nonetheless, they get an A, mainly because they want to be like, more of these, please. Inheritance taxes, another tax we used to have removed for political reasons, and it's definitely hard thinking about taxing deceased estates. This is a tax that we probably need to have because with the biggest wealth transfer ever from boomers to millennials underway, there's going to be a lot of people left behind because they don't have the right parents. Instead, we should be investing to make sure that everyone has a great start in life. So that's a C from me, much needed, but with a bit of an ick factor. Finally, you'll see that there's no S tier. There's no such thing as a perfect tax. They all involve trade-off. So it's really important we get the mix right across all our different taxes to make sure that everyone has a chance at a good life. Unfortunately, our tax system doesn't do that right now. It overtaxes income from work and then undertaxes things like resources and wealth and carbon consumption. And that's why we're calling for the government to tax wealth, not work, to reward work and effort, not the speculation and wealth accumulation of the already wealthy.